Welcome to Humanities Montana's virtual Montana Conversations program. Today we are featuring Montana's former poet laureate, Sandra Alcosser, for our series, Shelter in Poetry. Sandra was poet laureate from 2005 to 2007. She's generously agreed to share a couple of poems that are meaningful to her while we shelter in place.
Poetry is a real friend at a time like this. If we've read it, it flows back into our brains, sort of like a loving parent or a friend to comfort us and to tell us how people before us lived and survived. But whether we write it or read it, it's the best way to check in on ourselves. I think it's the best way to be true to our our inner world with what surrounds us. The way one holds a level to a wall and checks the little bubble in the center to see the construction sound. And that way we true or level ourselves. The late Northwest poet, Bill Stafford, did this every day and encouraged us to do it as well. Checked in on himself and the world he could or could not touch. And he did that by writing a poem. Here's one of his prayer for when we're forced to watch rather than participate in the world. The poet prays all of us to what he hopes will be the other side, praying that we'll be able to transition beyond the suffering and horror we witness on our television screen each night back to our everyday lives. Evening news. That one great window puts forth its own scene, the whole world alive in glass. In it, a war happens, only an eighth of an inch thick. Some of our friends have leaped through, disappeared, become unknown voices and rumors of crowds. In our thick house every evening, I turn from that world, and room by room I walk to enjoy space. At the sink, I start a faucet. Water from far is immediate on my hand. I open our door to check where we live. In the yard, I pray birds, wind, unscheduled grass, that they please help to make everything go deep again. And now a poem I wrote at the invitation of Terrain, which is an online literary journal, an environmental journal. Each writer was invited to address a letter to America after the 2016 election, and many of these were published in a new book of the same title, Dear America. It was funny, when I was poet laureate, I was asked to write a prayer for the House. Went in and opened the House in the Senate with poetry, and then was asked to write a prayer. And I was terrified, how could I do this most intimate thing for a political body? But I think I'm still thinking about that. And so being asked to write a letter to my country was challenging in the same way. But here's the result. Dear America, because of an open woodland with quivering sun patches where a bird's eye might observe a worm chiseling under Earth's skin, because of granite boulders full of egg cases holding spiderlings, because of purple berries come sweet in July, choke cherry, shadblow, nanking, hips, and haws ripening, the branch nesters build summer nurseries on the face of our cabin. The same family each year, or their progeny on ridgepole, purlin, crossbeam, sensitive to each human gesture inside the window. And when men come to paint the fascia or spray the log base in its foundation, the nester will abandon her clutch of eggs, blued by mineral blood, and begin to weave a new nest high above squirrels and house cats. For aren't we all pattern-making animals? Make a beautiful thing and you've done all you can to battle, a friend said to me. And a people-adapted species, nuthatch or chickadee, or these robins, become a kind of mother country, like you, dear America, offering a body each day for someone to make a wasteland. I would like to weave with the surety of that robin, only a heartbeat and wrist wing to shape her nest. Come greed, come windstorm, she begins again, a shaggy cup of mud and spider web. This is what I was talking about, things floating back. It was actually Barry Lopez who said to me, make a beautiful thing and you've done all you can to battle the darkness in life. And it was the memory of that that caused the whole poem to sort of coalesce around it. Thank you.